and clear, amigo! If there's one thing Trevor Phillips Industries prides itself on, it's fair competition in the marketplace.
In my last video, I showed you Trev stealing a plane from some rival drug dealers that he was going to use basically to do some drug runs, and that's exactly what you can do at any given time. Whilst you're Trev, you can head out to the airfield I just took off from and jump in this plane. There's always some drug runs to do, and you get paid about $7,000 each time. And essentially you fly around the map. There's targets on the mini-map, but you can probably see down there, I'm heading towards one now, and you drop packages of drugs on them. Now what you'll notice is that if you do enough of them, that clearly is not a box of drugs, that's a bomb. So I was just heading out here trying to make some money, as you do, $7,000 at a time. And as I say, if you do enough of them, all of a sudden it changes, and you're not dropping drugs off to your potential buyers anymore. You're dropping bombs on the enemy, which I thought was quite cool. Now one mistake I made, you can see there, I've tried to drop that from quite a high altitude, and the bomb's just overshot the target. And even though you can slightly redirect the bomb, you can kind of move the stick in a direction which actually helps guide the bomb onto the target. I wasn't able to pull that one back, and I think the issue was that I was just simply flying too high. So from here on out, I take a different approach and decided that I needed to get down low and drop the bomb, so it didn't have enough time. I used the mini-map basically. As soon as I'm over that dot, I drop the bomb off. You can see there, it didn't even have time to actually cut to the other screen and really let me redirect. Too close to the ground, and away it went. So from this point on, I decided to do the Stuka dive bomber technique, which is basically to gain a whole bunch of altitude, dip the nose down, roll the throttle off, and you gain a fair bit of speed. You're heading straight down towards the target, and by the time you drop the bomb, which I'll do in just a second once I'm over the marker, the bomb really doesn't have enough time to spray off in any random direction, hit the ground miles away from your enemy. You kind of, by the time you drop it, it's really just falling straight onto the head of your enemies. Now, I'm doing another Stuka dive bomb run here. If you're wondering what a Stuka dive bomb is, you've never heard of it. It was called a Junkerzu 87. It was around in World War II. The Germans used it. A very famous dive bomber. It used to do the same technique, gain a whole bunch of altitude, nose dive. They used to have a little siren on it, and it was all to help out their scare tactics and everything like that when they were bombing different cities. I'm pretty sure they hit London there at one point, so I'm sure my English viewers know all about the Stuka dive bombers. But anyway, I'm not making terms up, and I decided that was the best thing to do here. Now, I have actually finished all the markers now. I've dropped all the bombs. It's a simple mission, and you can see I did not set myself up for this airfield approach correctly whatsoever. I stayed far too high, and by the time I realised where the airfield was, I just kind of had to lose altitude, roll off the throttle, and as you can see there, in the end I managed to just touch down the end of the runway with enough time to pull back, throttle on, try and get away. But it is fairly forgiving. I've done a fairly tight circle there, rolled the throttle off. You obviously want to approach airfield a lot slower than I did. You can see I've plopped it down just nicely. So that is how you can do bombing runs in GTA. Remember that once you've unlocked the plane, which I did in my last video, you can head out to this airfield at any time. The plane is always available for a mission, and it's usually dropping drugs. Once you've done enough of those, you get to drop bombs on the enemy, which is good fun. And of course, it's a great way to make a little bit of money. It's $7,000 per time, especially if you haven't yet finished the game, because you know, obviously you get your big payout at the end. But if you're still playing through the single player, then that's a great way just to make a little bit of money along the way. Now, hopefully you have enjoyed the video, maybe learnt a thing or two. Remember to leave a like if you did. It does help me out a lot. I do appreciate each and every one of those likes I see in my videos. Of course, hit subscribe if you're new. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you next time.